EPHRATA Church and there's hope for your future.
We are EPHRATA Church and there is hope for your future.
Hey guys, we are EPHRATA Church and there's hope for your future.
Hi guys, we are EPHRATA Church and there's hope for your future.
Go.
We are EPHRATA Church and there is hope for your future. We are EPHRATA Church and there is hope for your future.
Are you hope for your future?
We are EPHRATA Church and there is hope for your future.
Que le Seigneur vous bénisse, bien-aimés dans le Seigneur. God bless you. Nzambe apambola bino. God is so good. We are here today at Venice TV to share a very good, interesting topic. We're talking about avoid excuses, and we've been talking about the Mose'S cases. So, before to start, I would like David to read us from Exodus chapter 3, from verse 7 to 12. Then we can talk about 5 excuses, and that will be very useful. So feel free to share to your friends, to family members. Tell them that now we are live on Venice TV, and it's a very good program because we talk about to ask people to move forward as a mighty warrior, because God, when He's looking at us, He sees us as a mighty warrior. So God bless you. We're going to read in Exodus chapter 3 from verse 7 to verse 12.
Then the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people who are in Egypt and have heard their cry because of their taskmasters. I know their sufferings, and I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them up out of the land to good and broad land, a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, and the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. And now behold the cries of the people of Israel. Come to me, and I have also seen the oppression with which the Egyptians oppressed them. Come, I will send you to the Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, Who am I? Who am I, that I should go to the Pharaoh and bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? He said, But I will be with you, and this shall be the sign for you, that I have sent you when you have brought the people out of Egypt. You shall serve God on this mountain.
Thank you. That's good. So we're going to look at excuses. Most of the time in our life we got excuses. We see children when they're coming in front of their parent, you know straight away that she want to make excuses. She want to say this, or teachers, or how they deal with the student, or bosses, or with the people working for them. So we always around excuses because we don't want to do things. So today we're going to talk about 5 excuses. The first one, stop thinking that you are the wrong person. That's the first one we're going to talk. If you look in Exodus chapter 3 verse 11, that's what we want to say, stop thinking that you are the wrong person. The second one we got to look at, stop saying, I'm not ready yet. That's if you see in Exodus chapter 3 verse 13, that kind of attitude. Stop saying, I'm not ready yet. The third one, stop saying, I might fail. It will not work. So, and the fourth one we got to look today is stop saying, I do not have the skill. I can't talk. So, and the fifth one, stop saying someone else will do it. So that's we're going to look around those kind of excuses, but this is around the story of Moses. For people to understand the story is that Moses was looking after the sheep far away from Egypt, because he ran away from Egypt, and he started a new life there. He was married and he had the children, and instantly God spoke to him. You see in Exodus chapter 3, God spoke to Moses and said, I can see the pain, I can see how people are suffering, I want you to go to deliver them. I want you to go to rescue them. Then Moses started to give excuses. But before us to go in deeper to talk about the 5 excuses, it's important for you to know who is here. So I will ask David to introduce himself in detail so people they know who he is, what he does, what is best food, what his hobbies, all kinds of things. So now it's up to David.
Thank you, Pastor. Yeah, he wants me to introduce myself. Yeah, I'm David. I'm currently a law student. I'm currently studying law at university. At present, I'm currently on a placement, trying to get as much experience as I can. I'm trying to progress with my law career. I have high ambitions to maybe be a solicitor or a barrister. If not, then maybe become an entrepreneur, because like the pastor was, like today's topic is, it's all about making excuses. There's no excuse for me to make to make to myself to say I can't become the person that I want to be in the future. Yes. I have it within myself to make it possible. That's why we're going to talk about this topic in depth today, because we want people to change their ways and to change how they think, because sometimes we are picked and we're picked at surprise and we think, why me? Why me? Instead of asking the question, why me? Why not me? That's the mindset we should be saying, why not me? Because we are chosen. We have the ability to do the things that we have been chosen to do. Otherwise, we wouldn't be chosen. So we just have to believe in ourselves.
That's good. I love that. Why not me? Instead of saying, why me? You have to change your thing and say, why not me? So that's good. I'm Dr. Hubert Kayonda. I'm a pastor at EPHRATA Church. I'm married. I've got to my wife, beautiful wife, Fiddling. And I've got 5 children, beautiful children, grown-up children. Our last baby, she's 13. So you get the idea. And what I do, except being a pastor at the EPHRATA Church, I'm a researcher at the University of York. I do some teaching and I do research. And my research is more how we can improve the quality of life for people who got mental health. So I'm in that area. I talk to people who are unwell every single day. So people who are unwell, working, people who actually depend on NHS, they are connected because they are patient, but because I'm a researcher at the University of York and we do research with patients, that's why I'm connected with NHS patients. So, except that, I love a lot of African food. Dongo, if you know, that's one of my best. So, and I love to visit people at the care home. Now with the COVID, we can't do that, but usually after the service on Sunday, we go to the care home to visit people, to sing with them. I'm not a very good singer, but I enjoy going there, having a chat with people who are desperate, because I remember in Matthew, God said to us, Jesus said to us, I was in a prison, I was in hospital, I was sick, and you came to see me. So I try to do that, but that's like my hobby. So I like to watch football, that's another thing, and don't ask me what's my best team. So, and I like football, and except that, I like to watch most of the time documentary about people's stories. So that's kind of things I do. Generally, I'm someone who's passionate about Jesus because I knew Jesus when I was young in high school, and they preached me and I accepted to give my life to Jesus, and since Jesus had changed the way I see things. And I'm passionate to preach people and to encourage people to know Jesus personally and to be involved and to move forward in their life. And like David was saying, so it's important for us to talk about excuses, because most of the time we got some excuses when we are asked to do things. We said, oh, no, I can't do it, but we need to change the way we see things. Instead, why not me? So the first one we said, stop thinking that you are the wrong person. So why people got that thought to say that I'm the wrong person? Because usually, like I'm saying as a doctor, you know, I'm a psychologist. So you see that we got, as a human, we got tendency to think that other people, they are better than us. I'll explain that if you look at the community environment. If you go to there, speak to people, because I'm Congolese, if you go to speak to people and say, what about Congolese community? Most of people, I think 80%, they will say, no, there is a lot of problem, and actually it's not a very, very good community. And if you go to speak, we go to Indian community, you speak, you see they will come with the same ideas. I remember one of my colleagues is Indian. When I was at university, he said to me, you are very good, you African people. You're very good Congolese people. I can see that you love each other. You're very connected. It's not like us Indian people. And I was laughing inside. They said, oh, this guy. So what he's saying is just opposite to what most of the time Congolese people say. So it's that kind of things. And if people think about the community, the same thinking can go when they're looking at themselves. They say, I'm the wrong person. That guy should be better. He should do better. And we see in the life of Moses, who came with that idea. He came with the idea and said, no, I'm not ready to do that because I'm the wrong person. David, I don't know if you got any comment. You can come as a young person. What do you think? Why people got that idea and what they should do to overcome that concept?
In my opinion, I feel like people think that way because they see the obstacles rather than what can be in front of them. And when you see the obstacles, sometimes you see that as a barrier, and sometimes it's a mental barrier, because when you think mentally, I can't get past this barrier, naturally you're going to not progress. Whereas if you see beyond the barrier, you see into the future, you will see that you can achieve. I don't know if the pastor minds me talking, but I remember this story from a long time ago when I first met the pastor. He told me when he first came to England, he didn't know English, he didn't know how to do things. But now we look at him now, he's a doctor, he's got a PhD, and you've got to remember, this is the man that first came to England who could not speak English. He could only speak French and Lingala, and now he speaks multiple languages, including English. So if he would have had the same mindset to think, not me, he's better than me, he can do it. No, he had the mindset to think, I can be that person that people want me to be. It's all about changing your mindset and thinking, the barrier is here, but I can jump over this barrier and I can keep going. Don't let the barrier stop you from going further than you can, because you'll never reach your full potential.
Fantastic. That's true, because like David said, when I came was in 2002. I arrived here in England, a new country. I didn't know about how I have to go to college to learn English. It was very, very hard. When they was even talking about the weather, I had no clue. So it was very difficult. And people, when they do some comedy kind of things, joke kind of thing, they're laughing, but I can't laugh because I can't understand what they're talking about. So it was very difficult, but I decided to say, I can't say, like Moses said, no, I'm the wrong person. I start to think, no, I'm not the wrong person, so I can try. And when you start to try, God will support you and God will send people. You'll see good people around. We know most of the time we focus on negative people who are not very good, rude, but if you start to move forward, you'll see people will be there around you, supporting you, and that can help you. So the second one we're talking is stop saying, I'm not ready yet. Because when we look at Moses, he said, no, I'm not ready to go to deliver the people of Israel. I know that God, you're pushing me, but I'm not ready yet. What you should do to be ready in your life, to do things, what you should do. Then,
firstly, you should ask yourself, of course I am ready. You should never doubt yourself, because like we know, tomorrow is never promised. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. Every day is by the glory of God's grace. Yes. So we have to always say to ourselves, when we wake up, we have to equip ourselves. We have to pray, and we have to say, I'm ready. Whatever challenge comes my way, I'm ready. Sometimes we should pray and ask God for more challenges so we can really test our faith and say, are we really serious about the Lord? Are we really serious? Sometimes we have to ask these questions, as difficult as it can be. Yes. But you need to ask yourself, am I ready? Because if you're not ready today, you never might be ready for tomorrow, and the next day. Because like I said at the beginning, tomorrow is never promised. it's only promised by God's grace. We can't turn around tomorrow and say, yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. Even today, I could be here tomorrow. I could not be there. So I have to wake up and I have to have the mindset to think, I'm ready. I'm ready to take on the day. I'm backed by Jesus and God. I've got all the backing in the world. You have to just believe yourself that you are ready. Don't think you're not ready, because life comes at you and life takes you a surprise. So you have to be ready.
Yes, that's true. Actually, we need to start to change our thinking to say, I'm ready. It's sometimes because we look at how hard it is and who will be supporting me, how things will work out. Because when I'm looking, I've got no background, I've got no connections or kind of things. That's why I'm not ready. I remember the story of Gideon in Judges chapter 6, when God asked Gideon to go to serve Israel. At that time, there was now we got like a lockdown for Israel, because the people of Midian came and they invaded them and they started to oppress them. They had no food, all kind of situation. It was very, very difficult time. But God said to him, no, you can't say you are not ready. You need to be ready because I'm using you. So I want my brother and sister, where you are now, to start to change your mindset, to start to say, okay, I have to stop saying I'm not ready yet. Because when you said, like David said, when you said that I'm not ready yet, tomorrow you may say I'm not ready yet. And after tomorrow you said, so you be the same language. So you need to start to say, yes, I'm trying. I will try to do my best. What I should do to be ready. It's like people start to say, okay, I want to have a business. But how can you start a business if you are not taking time to read about that business? You are not taking time to ask questions about the business. You are not taking time to learn, to study about that area. Because that can help you to solve the problem. So you need to start to say, instead of saying I'm not ready, I need to start to working around or start to do things, and that can help you. I've got my example, especially when I came in England. Well, like I said, I arrived here, I have to start again, because I had a degree from Congo, but I couldn't use it. So I need to start again, go to college, learn English, and go to the first year. So it took me 9 years. But my decision was to say that I'm ready and I'm going. I'm facing this, doing step by step. Most of the time, if you look at 9 years, it's too much. I can't do it. But what I did, I said, okay, now I'm ready to learn English. Mm-hmm. So I went to college to learn English. That's what my focus. That can help you to understand, because you can do it. And when I went to college, I said, okay, now I feel that I can understand when people talking and I can write better, so I can go now to university. That's why I went to my first year. It was very hard, but because I was there and I got a lot of support, I was talking about teachers, people were around, my colleagues were there. Sometimes when I do my assignment, I'll give them to read and to make changes, kind of things. So that was a support I get around, and that helped me to move forward. And I moved to my second year. I moved to my third year. And when I arrived my third year, I get a very good mark, 76%. I get the prize from the university. As soon as I received the prize, I knew that now I can move forward. And one of the persons said to me, do not stop yourself, move forward. Because if you finish, you got a degree in psychology, in England, it's difficult to get a job. So you need to move forward to become a doctor so you can get a job. So that's why I moved forward to do my master's, and after master's to do my PhD. So we need to be willing to do things and to say, I can start. Don't see that, oh, it's too big, it's too hard. Like Moses, God was pushing Moses to start to believe that, no. Don't say that you are not ready. You are ready because I'm using you. I'm the provision. I'll be supporting you. I will be with you. I will put the word in your mouth so you can speak to Pharaoh. So it's important for us to get that positive thinking, and it will help us to move forward, because God wants people who believe. He works with faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. That's what the Bible said to me. So we need to understand that. But the concept with God, you have to move forward. And to move forward, you need to believe. And to believe, you have to do the first step. Then you can move forward. If you got something to add, you can add. If not, we go to the third one.
No, I don't have nothing to add.
Yeah. So the third one, they said, stop saying, I might fail. Wow. Why they pushing us? When we look at Exodus, now we pass Exodus chapter 3, now we Exodus chapter 4. Why they asking us to stop saying, I might fail? Because people in their mind, they usually think that it will not work. If I go there, I may be dismissed, maybe. It will not work because it's so hard. I don't know anybody in that area. And I've got no connection in my family. So because no one tried, or because people who try didn't reach what I'm expecting, so I may fail. So that's the concept coming. But we need to change our thinking. Because when Moses came with that attitude, God responded and said, I will give you power. I will equip you. You got something in your hand. He asked actually, Moses said, what do you have in your hand? He said, I got just a stick. He said, with that stick in your hand, you can do miracle. You can move forward. So most of the time we're looking at what other people got, but we are not spending time to think what we got inside us. And that can help us to move forward. That's why we are thinking that I might fail. Then,
The pastor's completely right. We can't think that we're going to fail. For instance, if you fail to prepare, you will fail. It goes without saying. You have to prepare yourself. If you're not willing to prepare yourself, you're always going to think you're going to fail. You need to change your mindset and you need to change your attitude. If you change your mind and think, yeah, I can succeed, you will keep pushing. And when you believe in yourself, there's the possibility you can succeed. Whereas if you believe in failure, you always wake up and you think, oh, today I'm going to fail. If you think you're going to fail, you will fail because you're not equipped. You've not equipped your mind. Like God equipped Moses with a stick, you have to equip your mind and think, today I'm not going to fail. Today I'm going to succeed. If you install that positive mindset within yourself, you're going to succeed. One day you will succeed. Day by day you will make small steps. It's all like the pastor was saying. He didn't become a doctor within one day. He became a doctor within 9 years. Take step by step. Every day he equipped himself. The first day when he came, the first step was to learn English, and then once he learned English, the next step he went to college, and so on. That's the example we should be taking. Always prepare. If you do not prepare, you will always feel you're going to fail. And we should not be thinking we're going to fail because there's plenty of opportunities for us to succeed. We just have to open our eyes and see the opportunity and then equip our mind and think, today I'm going to succeed. I don't know if you have any more comments?
That's true, yeah. Definitely. I think you're really right because you are going straight away to give the answer that people have to change. They have to believe that they can, and the preparation, they need to be prepared, they need to put their mindset and say, yes, I will do it. Instead of thinking I will fail, because you say that if you think that you fail, actually you fail because you're not prepared and you're not ready to do it. Exactly. So it's like someone who said, I'm going to do the exam, but I will fail that exam. No, it doesn't work that way. You need to say, I'll go to deal with this exam. I have to prepare myself. I have to read and read more. I remember when I was doing my assignment, if the assignment will take 1 week for English people to write, I will make myself ready for 3 weeks. So, because I know that I've got the challenge, I've got the language, I have to learn, I have to read a bit more. So that's pushed me to be prepared, and that's why I get a good mark. So it's important because when you prepare yourself, you give time and you put your time in what you're doing, and you can have time actually to give your friend to say, have a look at this, because you already finished. But imagine, I remember when I was a student, the last day when people have to submit the assignment, most of the time the class was empty with few students. Most of them, they are in the library writing the essays. And that's the problem. Imagine if that day you become unwell. So you will fail. So you need to be prepared. We need to give time and we need to plan our time. The time management is very important, and to know that we are human beings and we need support and we need to be prepared. So that's the third one. We go to the fourth one. They said, stop saying, I do not have the skill. Because Moses said to God, when God said to him, I want you to save my people, to go back to Egypt, to save my people who are slaves, who are struggling there because they got a dictator and they are killing people, they are suffering there. Moses said, I've got not the skill, I'm not elegant, I can't speak, I've got difficulties to speak. So that was the problem, Moses. But God responded straight away to Moses to say, who created the tongue? I'm able to help you. I will use you because I want you to go there to save people. So it's important for us not to say that you don't got the skill. Actually, you got the skill, but you need to start to think about what you got. And like I said, God asked Moses, what you got in your hand? And he said, I got a stick. And use that stick to save people, so to do miracle. So it's important for us not to say that I don't got the right skill, I don't got the skill, because you got the skill. Most people, God give them the talent, give them gift, the gift of prophecy, gift of speaking in tongue, gift of interpretation, gift of miracle, gift of all kinds of gift of faith. So they can do a lot of things, but they are not ready to do it because they said, I don't got the skill. I'm not ready. There is people who got talent. They're born with a massive, good talent, but they're not using it. They said, no, I can't do it. And because they're not using, they will die with their talent. So we need to be able to use what God put in our hand. Today we are at Venice TV. This studio was set up by someone who loved God and who got a skill. He did engineering in Congo. He came here and he didn't just sit there. No, he went, he learned, and now he's working in that area. And I'm so proud to see him. I'm talking about Gise. So I'm so proud to see him, and now we got a studio. Nice studio. If you come in this studio, you'll be amazed to see how they set up things. It's well organized and it's training other people. So we need to use our skill. We need to use what God put in our hand. Imagine when he came, he said, no, because I'm a more technical person, I want to become an interpreter. They said to him, no, because you are very good in doing things. So you have to carry on what you're doing. So God will help you and God will use you. So we need to use what God put in our hand, what God put inside you. You got the skill, use it. If you don't use it, you will lose it. So it's important for us to start to think and to start to use what God put inside us. That can help us to move forward. That can help us to support more people. Today we got poverty around the world. We got poverty in many poor countries in Africa. People are struggling because there is a lot of people got the skill, but they don't want to use it. And they said, I don't got the skill. And they're struggling. They said, what you know, I'm an engineer, I've studied how to bring water in a city. But you ask him, why you can't bring water? He said, no, I've got no skill. You got the skill. You have to start to bring water. You start to do things. So that can make a massive difference. Our supervisor was reading a book and they said that a lot of people who create a lot of things we are using today, those people were not very well educated. They learn the basic and they start to use it. And now we got all those kind of things around us. So it's important for us to start to do more and to start to use things. Like David, you are in the law, now you want to become a lawyer, so you can start. I'm pleased that you are doing your placement at the moment to get more experience. But we are struggling in our community. We need lawyers. We need to find people who can support us when we are struggling. You can't buy a house without having a lawyer in England. But how many Congolese people got a fair? So when we want to buy a house, we go to see them. If you got a company, you need an accountant. That means we need more Congolese people where we can go say, okay, we need an accountant, can we come? Instead of taking the money we are producing and giving to other people. We got an accountant for our church who is not a Congolese. So it's important for you, brothers and sisters, if you are an accountant, you got an office, please be in touch with me. So we can swap that. But we're still spending money. Every year we pay our accountant. So it's important for us to understand that you got the skill, use it. If you're not using, you're losing, and you are losing money. And we can support each other. I don't know if you got any idea, because I touch you with law as someone who's studying law. So we're talking about skill here.
I just want to echo what the pastor said. If you have your skill, use it. If you don't use it, you will lose it, which is for sure. Because if you're not using the skill, you're not training your mind. Your mind is slowly going to forget about these skills. Because for you to acquire a skill, you need to have experience to do something. If you don't have experience to do something, you're not going to produce or acquire any skills. Because it's all well and good me going to a job, but if I'm not learning anything, what skills am I gaining from it? So you telling someone, oh, I don't have the skill, that's an excuse. The whole topic of this discussion today is not to make excuses. Yes. You saying, oh, I don't have a skill, that's lies. Everyone can develop a skill. You just need to expose yourself and put yourself in an environment and for you to develop, because day by day you will develop. Look for instance, we have the iPhone, for instance. The man that created this iPhone, he innovated the technology. He innovated how phones are produced now. Because if we look before 2007, all phones they had the keypad. Remember, we all had the Blackberries, we all had the LGs. Now, pre 2007, everybody they have the iPhone. If they don't have the iPhone, they have the Samsung. They have touchscreen phones. It's all about using the skill. He could have just sat back and thought, oh, yes, I'm very good with my computer skills. But he said, you know what? I have the skill to develop technology. So what did he go do? He went and created a multi-billion-pound industry. That's how we should be thinking that's how we should be thinking as humans. What skill do I have within myself? How can I develop that skill? How can I grow and build something? Like the pastor said, we don't have no Congolese accountants in our community. We don't have no lawyers. We probably do have them people, but they've not learned the fact that they have that skill. You need to think to yourself, what skills do I have? What do I bring to the table? If I can bring this to the table, I can develop myself and I can become someone. Remember Mark Zuckerberg, he started Facebook in his bedroom. He knew how to work the web surfaces. He knew all of that. Yes. And what did he do? He went and developed Facebook, the app that we use every day. Everybody uses it. It's very rare you'll find someone that doesn't have Facebook. Yes. Everybody uses it. All he did was just engaged his brain and thought, I've got this skill. Let me develop. Let me do something. Think to yourself before you go to bed, what skills do I have? What can I bring to the table? What am I best doing? If you see you can do something, why not go ahead and explore? In life, there's two options. You either fail or you'll succeed. Yes. Make sure you try, because you'll never know if you'll succeed or fail. If you don't try, you're going to fail straight away.
That's true.
Like we were saying previously, you have to prepare yourself. If you don't prepare yourself, you will always fail.
That's true. So people have to try. Please try. Even if you've got in mindset, I will fail. No, try. If you try and work, that's fine. If it doesn't work, so you can try again and you can move and take another route. So it's important for us to try. The fifth one, they said, stop saying someone else will do it. That's a massive excuse when people said, oh, someone else will do it. We got to set up chairs in the church or before to play. Because people, when they're coming, they have to sit down, they have to play music kind of thing. They say someone else will set up that. Someone else will do this. That's a massive excuse we got in our community. So we need to avoid that, because Moses had that excuse, but God responded to Moses. He said, it's not someone else, it's you. I want you to do it. So we need to start to think, oh no, someone else, but God said, no, it's you. So push yourself and put yourself available. Say, yes, I'm available, I can do this. So, and if you got 2, 3 people, we'll be a good team, and that team, we say when we are 2, 3 people, that team will help. But if there is nobody, you can be the first one. And you can push more people, inspire other people, and other people will join and they will make a massive difference. That will be the key for us as a Congolese, as African, to make a difference. We got that big challenge, but don't say, no, someone else will do it. We're lacking water in Congo. We got the river. We got big river there. We got even the sea there. But people are lacking water. Why? Because we got corrupt people, we got corrupt government who want to take all the money for themselves. They're not ready to put money to bring water and to give water to their people. So they're saying someone else will do it. Maybe they're expecting the World Bank to do it. They're expecting Europe to come to bring water to Congo. No, you have to do it. You are Congolese, you have to solve the problem. People are in darkness, you need to bring light. So that's the only things we should do. We need to take responsibility to solve the problem. People are suffering, they got no food. Or they're eating, I'm eating just that small things, the fish. But they got to the river, they got a lot of things, but there is no people fishing. And they're struggling at the moment. I think 5 years ago, I went to Congo. We will be surprised. People are very poor. There is no jobs. They're ready, they can do it, but there is no job. And people, instead of applying for jobs, they have to start to create jobs. So that's important. But for us in Europe, we got a lot of opportunities. But there is people are spending time and saying, someone else will do it. I can't do this. It's not possible. Even you want to choose a good subject, they said, no, someone else will do it. Because now we got people who are doing mathematics, who are doing network, who are doing all kinds of things. It looks like a difficult subject, but if you put your head in that, you get a job when you finish. So it's important for us to go for it. I'm so pleased that David is doing law. It's not easy to do law. They have to read a lot. They have to write a lot. They need to remember things. But a lot of people say, no, I'm doing the easy, I'm taking the small step, I'm taking the shortcut. But it doesn't work that way. We need people who are putting themselves available, doing things, instead of saying someone else will do it. God said, no, it's you. You have to do it. You have to solve the problem. So sometimes I'm pleased to see that at the university, in my department, we got 104 people in our department. I'm the only African in the department. And sometimes I said, I have to prove now. So when people are coming, when African people are coming in our department, I said, we got a black guy, we got an African guy, is doing well. And I can see the report. They say, you're doing well, we are impressed what you're doing. So we need to push ourselves. I don't know if David, you got something to push. For people always said, someone else will do it.
Like the pastor said before, responsibility. Responsibility is a key word. You have to take responsibility for your own future. You can't keep saying somebody else will do it, because you've got to remember, when you wake up and you live your own life. You live your life for yourself. You can't keep putting the burden on somebody else and say, somebody else is doing it. It's like when you wake up, you're going to say, oh, Mum, can you do this? No. Instead of you telling your mum, you go and do it. Because you've got to remember, you're in charge of your own destiny. You can't keep saying someone else will do it, because someone else will turn into an excuse, and that excuse will turn up to you never fulfilling your true potential. So stop making the excuse and saying somebody else will do it, rather than saying I will do it. When you say I will do, you become more authoritative. You take control of your life. Yes. Like the pastor was saying about the river. Within Congo, we have the River Nile. The River Nile is considered one of the biggest rivers in Congo. There's so many fishes. There's so much things. I've seen videos of people going fishing in the sea. Even it's a dangerous place to fish, but someone has to do it. Like I said, if they don't catch the fish, the food, their family don't eat. Like the whole point is someone else will do it. You can't keep relying on someone else to do it. You have to be that person to provide. You have to be that person to do the things that you say you're going to do. Stop making the excuse and saying somebody else will do it. Because remember, when you reflect upon your life, if you get old, you don't want to say, why did I not do it? Why did I just let this opportunity go by? You want to live your life with no regret. You want to fulfill everything you can possibly do within your power. So stop saying somebody else will do it, because that excuse will never change anything.
That's true. Thank you for that. And now we're going to talk about the parent. At the moment, we've got a big issue. Children studying from home, and they have to learn from home. They got computer. They have to answer questions, all kinds of things. That's a big issue. Most people are struggling today. And I want us to give advice and to talk a bit briefly about what a kind of issue. So we got children studying from home. We got this topic said someone will do it. Children have to remember that you are the one who should do it, because it's your study. You have to find. They said, no, I don't got a very good room. I don't got time to do this. I don't got a teacher around. I don't got my friend. That is always excuses, but you need to take a responsibility. Said, there is COVID now. People are studying from home. I have to do my best. And I have to be the best. Start to just believe and start to do it. And as soon as you start to do those kind of things, God will help you, will support you. Parents, they don't know what they should do. Most of the children, they're expecting more from their parents. They done massive job to come from Africa to set up in England, in a new country. They done what they should do. So it's up to you now to take your responsibility. Start to do more, start to learn more, start to do research. You can't understand the question, go on Google, maybe on YouTube, watch a video around the topic and start to understand that. Ask your teacher, they are ready to help you. And I think that God can help you. So that's kind of things. I don't know if you got any advice or any issue parents are facing or children are facing during this time.
Don't get me wrong, we're all living the same pandemic, we're all in the same boat, but
Yes,
ultimately,
all are the same boat. I love that.
we're all in the same boat, so you can't keep making excuses after excuses, because so many people, despite the situation, they're always looking to do more. There's always something that you can be doing. Don't make that excuse, oh, we're in the COVID, oh, I can't see my friends, oh. Instead of thinking negatively, start thinking, what can you do more? How can you impact your life? How can you, don't get me wrong, the coronavirus is not going to go away tomorrow. Stop thinking, oh, my life is over. Your life is not over, because you have to appreciate the fact you're still well and you're still good. So many people have lost their lives, and so many people, they're not in the same position as you, but you are the one that are giving excuses. Why are you giving excuses when you're in the position to do more? You just have to open your mind and think, what more can I do? It's like one of my neighbors, instead of him hiring builders, he decided, you know what, I'll build my own fence. He chopped all the wood and he built his own fence. Yes. Why should he pay somebody else? He simply learned the skill to cut up wood and to set up a fence. Everybody can do that. It's not a hard thing to do. Just go on the internet, learn a skill, and be more effective within life. It's like myself, when I broke my ankle 3-4 years ago. The first thing that I did, I learned a skill, and the skill that I learned was photography, and that photography has helped me to help the church grow in terms of our technological side. Now we're doing live streams, we're doing videos, we're doing a lot more in terms of the media department. That all stemmed from me just taking that initiative to learn a new skill. It doesn't have to be the same skill as mine. We all have a skill within ourselves. We just have to dig deep, and we have to think, how can I impact? How can I change my life? You can't keep thinking, we're in this mess, we're in this situation. You can't keep thinking negative, because the more you think negative, you're not going to see the positive light. You're never going to go anywhere in life. Because it's like when you get in a car, which way does the car go? The car goes forward, the car doesn't go backwards. Apply that same principle in your life. You have to move forward to go forward in your life. You can't keep going backwards, because if you go backwards, you're not making progress.
That's true. Thank you. I love that the story to explain how you learn the skill. Because now David is one of the people who help the church with all kind of communication. We're talking about recording things. We got a live stream. So every Sunday, if you don't go to church, you are around Bolton, you can come at Victoria Hall. The postcode is BL12AS. So we are open every Sunday. There is a lockdown, but our church is open, so we respect. You have to bring your mask, wear your mask, and we have to respect the social distancing. And we got all that disposition. You will notice when you arrive there, but you need that fellowship, you need that communication, you need that support, you need that being connected with other people. So come on Sunday afternoon, 2:30 to 5, we are there at Victoria Hall, and we spend a great time. You see young people, you see adults, we see children involved, and they're really open to God. And not only that, usually during normal time, what we do, we got the German exchange, so we go to Germany, and German students come to our church to do their placement. So we got a lot of project, like I mentioned before, we go to visit people at the care home. Now, because of the lockdown, we try to do things differently. So we do our best to invite people to come, and they can be connected. Our young people, they go to the Bible study online. They use Zoom, so every Wednesday from 6 o'clock. So be in touch with Percy or Dorcas. They are young people at EPHRATA Church. They will help you, and they will connect you so you can have that time. on Zoom. It's a very good time, the Bible study. I remember when I was young as well, we had a Bible study as young people. So because you can understand, you can discuss things accordingly because you are young. So that's kind of things we do. All parents and mom and dad, we got a time of prayer every Monday and every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. we got prayer over the phone. It's a woman who started the project. In our church, we believe that if you start something, it's not to destroy it, but to support what you're doing. And we know men most of the time, we're very slow. And when we saw what women are doing, and we said, can we join you? And they accepted. So it's women who lead the program, but we spend time in prayer with them every Monday, every Thursday. So Thursday, I'm always here at Venice TV from 7:15. So be connected. We got a lot of activities. On Wednesday, we got our Facebook Live. And Friday, we got Bible study from 6 o'clock. So that's live as well. So it's important for you to be connected and to give what you can do. We always believe that nothing is impossible with God. God will never forsake you. God is there to support you. God is there to give you strength. So keep going. Never give up. God is with you. Our theme of the year is the glory of the second house. Haggai chapter 2 verse 9. The glory of the second house will be bigger than the first house. The glory of the second temple will be greater than the first one. So we believe that God will do more, God will use you more, and God will put more talent in you. But the one you have, if you got talent, use it. If you don't use it, you will lose it. So remember, our topic was about avoid excuses. We took the example from Moses. God pushed him to start to believe, and God used him powerfully. So our first topic was stop thinking about you are the wrong person. Stop that. Don't think anymore. You are the right person. The second one, we said, stop saying, I'm not ready. Start to say, I'm ready. I can move forward. The third one, you need to stop saying, I might fail. Start to say now, I will win. It's possible. I will move forward. The fourth one, we said, stop saying, I do not have the skill. Start to say, I've got the skill. God asked to Moses, what you got in your hand? He had a stick and God used that. So you got the skill, so God can use you. Even Moses was struggling to speak, God used him powerfully. The fifth one, stop saying someone else will do it. You have to do it. It's your responsibility. You are unique and God got a plan with you. God bless you so much. Thank you for being with us today. I don't know if Dave, you've got something, last word, so before we finish our program.
The last word that I want to say is just stop making excuses and be the solution. Sometimes when you're in a difficult situation, don't just say, why me? Ask yourself, why not me? Be the solution to the problem. Stop looking to pass on the burden to other people. Like we were saying, why not him? Why not? Just say, take responsibility and say, it's going to be my turn. I'm going to solve it. I'm going to do this. Stop saying other people will, because letting other people will do it. Don't give them the opportunity. Do it for yourself. Be that person and stop making excuses. Be a solution.
God bless you so much, and we finish our program. I will pray with you. If where you are, you want a prayer, you want God to give you a boost, God to help you to move forward, you can pray with us. I always believe that Jesus can change people's life. Jesus changed my life. I spoke about this before. When God touched me, when God spoke to me, when I was in high school, people say it's too young, you can't understand things, but I'm still with fire. I'm still preaching the good news. I'm still pushing people. I'm still helping people to move forward. So trust God. Come to Jesus. You never give your life to Jesus. Open your heart to Him. Say, Lord Jesus, I know that I've been thinking always that I can't do it. But from today, I'll start to believe. Forgive my sin and use me. I want to be the head, not the tail. And God will be with you. God is a lovely God. He's not ready to condemn you. He's not there to punish you, but He's there to support you to move forward, because He's a God who is ready to support you. Let's God, the favor of God to be upon you. If you already know Jesus, but you need to say, keep moving, Never give up. God is with us. God will support us even during this time. We need to start to trust God and to move forward. God bless you and God be with you. Lord, I pray for my brother and sister where they are. Let your favor to be upon them. Guide them and use them. Use us, Lord. We want to move forward. With you, nothing is impossible. Thank you because you help us not to live with excuses, but to move forward. Because with you, Lord, we can move forward. We got the skill, we can do it, and you will use us. Help us, Lord, to move forward. We need your help, we need your anointing. Fill us by your Holy Spirit. And with you, nothing is impossible. In the name of our Lord Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
God bless you. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are EPHRATA Church, there's hope for your future. We are EPHRATA Church, there is hope for your future. Hi, we are EPHRATA Church, there is hope for your future.
We are EPHRATA Church and there's hope for your future.
We are EPHRATA Church and there is hope for your future.
Hey guys, we are EPHRATA Church and there's hope for your future.
Hi guys, we are EPHRATA Church, there is hope for your future.